Hi, this is Brian Otten, Marketing Director with the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce. We are coming live from the Greenheck Turner Community Center here in Weston to interview Lindsey Lewitzke, one of the finalists for the Young Professional Awards at our ATHENA Awards program. Olivia Hill, who was the recipient of that award in that category back in 2022, is conducting the interview, and so I'm going to let the two of them take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. So, Lindsey, thanks so much for joining us today. And it's really such a wonderful, background atmosphere, kind of change of pace a little bit to be in the field house. So, I really love this space. To kick it off, can you tell us a little bit about you, just, your background and what you do and all that?
Yeah, so I'm a little different than your normal average finalist. I actually don't hold a 9-to-5 job. My primary job is a stay-at-home mom. But I like to do a lot for the community in terms of our nonprofits that I work with and I network for and I'm the president of. So I would say my philanthropy is what has brought me here today.
Fabulous. Love it. All right, so I'll kick it off with the first question. Can you share an example of a time that you advocated fiercely for yourself, another person, or a cause?
Yeah, this building is a great example of I would say this is the greatest passion that I've put myself into in the last maybe 10 years. This building is more than a building. It's more than anybody. It's for the community, right? And so I think it holds everything that a community would want it within it. I mean, it has the turf, but it has walking lanes. It has viewing areas. It has a golf simulator. It has lockers. It also has, meeting rooms. So it really holds and encompasses a lot of everything. And to be able to start with a dream of what it was and make this a reality, which is better than any dream that anyone started with, really truly is something special.
Can you talk a little bit about your goals and your vision for this space as far as the community goes and the impact in the community? Yeah,
sure. So Greenheck Turner Community Center in my mind is the mecca of what people want to do in this community. There's basketball courts upstairs, but there's also a turf field down here. There's, like I said, walking track. There's just a ton of different things that people can do. And I envision the toddlers who come in here during the day. Normally there's toddler time, Mondays and Thursdays, I believe, just enjoying their lives and really moms just being able to decompress during that time while their kid has something to do, to the active older adults who are here during the day walking as well. And then really after school, this building really comes to life. Athletes come in of all ages and abilities, from those elementary kids looking for speed and agility work all the way up to parents who really enjoy still sports and want to be competitive at different levels in different ways to be able to use the facilities. So there's not a person nor an age that it doesn't apply to.
You're absolutely right. I've had the pleasure of being in the building and using the programs and stuff myself with my family. So we love it.
Yeah.
So we live down the street and we absolutely love coming here. Can you share an example of how you've acted courageously in the past? Or even today?
Yeah. Well, really, so it was myself, Casey Demers with Bolt, and Dr. Christine Gilmore, the former superintendent of DC Everest, who we walked every day into boardrooms, into decision makers, into really influential people in this area and said, this is the dream, this is the goal. Will you join us in that dream and goal to be able to do this for our community? And I mean, there were some pointed questions and some real tough answers that we had to give, and really we had to know our facts and really be sure of ourselves, right? Especially 3 females walking into those boardrooms, and a lot of times people don't take that as seriously as they should. And so we had to be on our game every single time, and luckily we were. We were a great group of 3, and this really, the community stepping up and behind it. I mean, there's names all over this facility of supporters, and so I think we were able to convince nearly 100% of the people that we walked into that this facility is needed and worth their time and money and efforts as to getting it put together.
Yeah, that is no easy task.
No.
And it really is very cool to hear that you feel that you had such a good team also. I mean, that really is what makes such a huge difference sometimes. Or you have 3 leaders within the team is what it sounded like as well. So being able to go in there and have the courage, and I would say over prepared, every single time ready to knock it out.
Yes, we had to know our facts.
Yep. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Can you share an example of a time that you brought another woman into a leadership position on a project or a cause? And what did you learn about that experience?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, obviously this building is a great example of bringing just different people and different levels of leaders. So when I see this facility, I see myself as a young 8-year-old athlete, just loving the game, loving everything about sports and moving. And I envisioned that current 8-year-old girl all the way up to that 18-year-old high school athlete, just really finding herself here. But not only that, the Education Foundation does so much more than just this building. And so we are able to grant and fund projects for DC Everest students that they wouldn't normally be able to do, such as a Woman in Science Day or Woman in Sports Day, actually, or those students that class gets to go to. For example, one of them went down to Chicago to experience science in a way that they hadn't ever been able to before. And so to enable those opportunities and those abilities for those girls to get in front of something and to be really feel themselves and feel in charge of something really has been a blessing. And what I enjoy, like I said, I don't get paid for any of this, right? And so it's really just out of passion and love and knowing that every girl has a dream and every girl deserves to fulfill that dream and to have those opportunities open to them. I like to call myself a door opener, right? To be able to get those people, those dreams fulfilled is a great blessing. And that's why I spend as much time doing what I do.
That's awesome. And it really takes sometimes a lot of vision and trust and a little bit of risk sometimes to go out on the ledge and really, go for it and make those decisions and invest in students and people. So that's really fabulous. And a lot of those girls need those mentorships.
Right. I mean, so to see myself, the lead woman on the project, right, to be able to say, hey, if she can do it, I can do it type of a thing is really also a really good thing. I don't necessarily like to talk a lot, but I like to have my actions speak as loud as they possibly can.
Yeah, they are.
That's
absolutely. They are. My last question for you. Can you share an example of how, you do this all the time, but can you share an example of how you serve others in the community?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't get paid for this by any means. In fact, we have a part of the field as part of our foundation philanthropy project. And so to be able to just serve all aspects of the community, not just the athletic part, but I mean, last night there was a Angel of Hope ceremony down at Restlawn Memorial that we were able to donate and be a part of that helps mothers grieving who may have lost their child unexpectedly. And so to be a part of that project and then also this project and everything in between, I think really encompasses what I love to do and who I am and really just give back to this community because I am an evergreen through and through. I was born here, raised here, and to be able to give back in all aspects of what I'm able to do is really just great.
That's very cool. Thank you for all of that. And for, like I said, really diving into the community itself and really asking the questions of what's important to the people who live here. That's so key to being really impactful.
Definitely.
You've done a really great job of that.
Thanks.
So do you have anything else to add? That was my last question.
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You
It's
bet.
such a pleasure to meet you and be here. And thanks again for everything that you do. I'll kick it back to Brian.
Thanks, Olivia. Lindsey, great interview. Again, this is the third out of 7 interviews that we're going to be conducting today, and we'll do the other 6 finalists tomorrow. If you are interested in attending the ATHENA Leadership Award program, it's going to be held on Thursday, November 21st. It's a lunchtime program at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Rothschild, and registration is open for that on wasachamber.com. Again, we'll be back with more. If you happen to miss any of these videos, they'll be archived on the Chamber's YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned because we'll be back with another one at the top of the hour.